We're on.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we are. Scott Neely's here. Welcome to Too Many Comics or Not Enough. That's the question. And those that are viewing this video later, welcome to the video. Everybody that's in the chat and that will be coming in, hey, welcome. Hope you all are having a good night. So tonight we got Lawrence from King of Comicdom with us. And we're just going to be sharing our DC keys, talking comics, and just shooting the breeze, trying to be funny. Maybe we'll succeed. Maybe we won't, but we'll give it a good try, that's for sure. Lawrence, how are you doing, man?
All right. How about you?
Oh, and today you're going to see me yawning probably quite a bit through this video.
Well, you're going to make me yawn when you yawn, so I guess everybody's going to have to get used to that.
But I got a pile of keys here. I know you do. And just we're going to be having fun showing those. We got 3 in the chat. We got 2 watching. Maybe they'll pop up and we can say hi to them. Well, what do you want to start out with?
Hey, it's dealer's choice, and you're the dealer.
No, because you're the guest.
Yeah, but you're the dealer. Dealer's choice always rules.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Together?
Yeah, we can do that.
New Gods? You know, this is one I didn't list on the back. I usually put the date and everything.
Well, it is March 1971. It's the first appearance of Orion, Light Ray, and Highfather and Metron.
Nice.
And this Jack Kirby art, story editor. This is a Christmas. Oh, no, I'll quit there.
Well, Scott is a big fan of the Legion of Superheroes, and I do have a few keys here in the pile of the Legion. I know you have. Do you have your big one back there?
I do. You want it?
Show it. It's a beauty, as the tubes would say. We got Paulo Costa from Portugal, is it? Paulo?
I think it is.
How you doing, brother?
No, this is not a tool measuring contest.
Oh, it's too cold anyway. I'd probably lose.
Oh, it's colder here than it is down there. So,
okay, you ready for this next one?
Sure.
I know you have it right there.
What's that? Oh, I forgot about that.
It's a miracle.
I was still thinking, man.
I don't have this one either. I got this and this. We're out of the dollar bin about 20 years ago.
Well, I got this one for Christmas last year. And I don't remember where I got that one at. Hey.
So do you have this? Do you have that one marked? What date?
Probably not. No, I ain't got nothing on it. DC Marvel Geek showed up. How you doing, Paul?
Hey, and since you showed your first Legion, let me match yours. Okay. And I'll show first Legion of Supervillains.
Which they're kind of similar covers.
August 61, Superman 147. First appearance of the Legion of Superheroes, Cosmic King, Lightning Lord, and Saturn Queen. It's funny. Oh, because it's funny because they're not teenagers. They're all like old people.
Right. And I got just the opposite.
Yep. I guess because Superman's older too, so you got Superboy and the Legion are all teenagers.
You want to stick with? I've got something else here from the Legion.
I'm gonna go and put you up. Show that.
The first Invisible Kid.
Nice. You know what? Since you're showing that, let me pull my keys closer. Let me pull out something to match you. I want to see because you're probably more averse to the keys on the Legion than I am. Do you know who this first appearance is of?
No, I don't.
First appearance of Shadowlass.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I have that, but I didn't pull it out because I only put out 2 adventure comics.
February, and this is a birthday issue. This is February 1968. Adventure Comics 365.
Man, you're old.
And what I like about it is Jim Shooter on scripts and Neil Adams on art. You know that's got to be good.
Yeah, Did I say the Invisible Kid? I meant Karate Kid.
Oh, okay. Which is even cooler.
I screwed that up. I don't know why I have the Invisible Kid on the brain. And thanks, Scott, for throwing that out there. All right, what do you got? Yeah, that's awesome.
I got this out of the flea market for $1 a couple months ago. First solo series, Karate Kid. Paul Levitz on scripts and Mike Grell on the art. March 76. That's one thing. So artists have a hard time drawing a really good martial art kick.
Mm-hmm.
That kick looks so terrible. It just looks ridiculous.
Hey, we was doing that Jack Kirby stuff from the 70s.
Yeah, what you got?
I'm going to raise you 2.
There you go. Yeah, that's one that just slips through my hand all the time. You got the Planet of the Apes scene on there. Well, in the apes, it's in the sand. There, it's in the water.
Yeah, when I did your video, that was what I was thinking at the end. And if you looked at the thumbnail, it had that in it. I had this cover on mine the whole time.
Very cool. Actually, it's a pretty fun series. I have quite a bit of the series. What you got the Tiger guy in there? I haven't read an issue in a while. Paul Acosta says that story with New Legion members is great. Jim Shooter shows up as a 13-year-old and upstages Kurt Swan with his dynamic layouts copied from Marvel.
So what you got, Mike?
Well, I got a classic. This had to be shown. We're showing DC Keys. This is the second print, Death of Superman. This cover's been copied so many times. And you would think for a one of the biggest events of the 90s, they would do a much better cover than this.
You'd think so. You would think so.
I mean, it's like it was the end of the day. It was like 4:45, quitting time was coming. Hurry up, you need to do a cover. Okay, 15 minutes, here's your cover.
Since you're pulling in the Superman thing, we're going to go with the first Brainiac.
Nice. I was actually going after an issue of Brainiac this week on eBay. At the last minute, it was still like $6, and then all of a sudden it started going up over 20, and I'm like, nah. But Brainiac's one of the better villains.
Well, I like the Brainiac of the Silver and Bronze Age. I didn't really care there at the end when they changed him to more of a robot, and I don't know what he is now because I don't really follow up on the new stuff.
Yeah, I stay within the 80s and older. I don't. My knowledge very rarely ventures beyond that date. Did anyone watch the recent Death and Return of Superman DVD? I don't think I didn't watch it.
Neither did I.
What do I have? I got to show something here. First Lady Shiva, another flea market dollar bin find. So she was the mother of Cassandra Cain, who was Batgirl, and also mentored Tim Drake. January 1976. You got the bicentennial banner up there, which I know you like.
I do.
There's a good homage parody cover, The Death of Superman, featuring the death of Mr. Mexaplictic, but he didn't actually die. I don't know anything about that.
Neither do I. Hey, how about this? First Santana.
Nice. Beautiful book. You just got that within the year, haven't you?
No, I've had it for a couple of years. I picked it up a couple of years ago. I showed it on the Go-To Geeks when I first got it.
Oh, okay. I remember when you showed it. I always like that cover. The wings kind of mimic what is that on the ground?
I
There's
don't know, some kind of
circle
type thing going around.
It's just a dynamic cover. Too bad we don't see Zatanna on the cover. Zatanna?
Zatanna, yeah.
Zatanna. I always get them mixed up. Zatanna. Zatanna's the dad, her father.
That is correct.
But I always liked her in Black Canary because they had the fishnets. Superheroes and superheroines, heroines and fishnets are definitely something that you can look at.
You got that right.
You have this?
I do, but I couldn't find it.
This is the one I was looking for. I found every other one until I found this one, and then I was done. And I couldn't remember where I put it.
Well,
I paid probably retail for it. I paid $30 for it, but it's a high grade copy. It's funny how different he looks nowadays compared to what he first started out as.
Is that book still hot like it used to be?
Not as hot as it used to be, but it's still pretty hard key to. I mean, it's still pretty pricey. You're going to pay around $25 or more for a nice copy. But I've been reading this series last couple weeks. It's pretty good, and the character Lobo seems to be copied after Han Solo. If you ever read the series,
Right.
It's a real Han Solo feel to him. I like that about the character. We got Ranger Sly, and he just sent me a really nice AOK. Thank you, brother. I love it. He said, gorgeous Murphy Anderson cover on your Hawkman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are up.
Let's go. Well, how about the first Silver Age Hawkman?
Oh, now I got to dig here. Because I got the companion book to it somewhere in here. I thought I pulled it out. Well, yeah, that's a gorgeous book. Oh, there. Is that it? You remember when you got that?
Oh, it's been about a year ago.
You at the secret store?
No, I picked this up at a flea market. I do believe.
Nice.
I do believe.
For $1?
No, it was a little more than $1. But I am a cheap collector, so I didn't go hog wild on it. Oh yeah.
This is the 4th appearance and the first new costume. I think I paid $12 for this in Manhattan when I was with Simon Comics.
I'd do that.
We were at that store, and he said, I had 4 books I wanted, and I figured $50, which was still a steal. And Simon goes, grab another one, and then tell him how about 50 for 5? He'll say, no, take one out, and then he'll say, okay. And it worked. So I got the 4 I wanted at 50.
I bet there was a lot of nice books up that way.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He had boxes and boxes of some nice Silver Age. Kevin Durden's in the house. He's my neighbor. He lives down the road.
Wow. Hey, how
What's
about
up, Kevin? Go ahead. Sorry.
How about we pull out when Green Arrow joins the JLA?
That sounds good to me. See, now I've got to find companion book. Do you know issue number on that?
Yeah, it's number 4. From May 1961.
Nice.
And
Can you guess who joins in this one?
I've got it, and I don't even remember.
The Elongated Man. May 73, 105. I think I just got this for like $5. It's a higher mid grade. It's probably a very fine.
You can't beat that.
No.
Hey, I'm going to stick with the JLA for a minute. How about
Go ahead, because I got more too.
First Dr. Light?
Oh, nice. Now, was he a Flash villain before that, or a Green Lantern?
You know, in the Secret Origins and DC Superstars, I think he was a Hawkman at the very, very first thing that they wrote in his origin at that time. But I just mainly knew him in the Justice League. From the time when I read all this stuff, because I have no idea what happens in the last 10 years.
Paul Acosta said he could stay in the headquarters and play checkers with Snapper Carr. Who's that, Green Arrow?
No, that's their mascot.
Oh, Snapper Carr?
He's kind of like a Rick Jones was.
Yeah, I know who Snapper Carr is, but he said he could stay in the headquarters and play checkers with Snapper Carr. Who?
Probably Green Arrow.
He was always like the low tier league member. I remember him always like getting in fights, like being pissed off about everything. Especially in the later 70s, early 80s run. Okay, I got this one. Can you guess who joins the league on this one?
Probably him, the Phantom Stranger, maybe.
Yep. 103, 72.
I'm going to get my books out and read them. I've kind of forgotten stuff.
A stranger walks among us. I got a bunch of these all within a couple of weeks of each other at a couple different places. They just like, you know how that happens. All of a sudden, you don't have any JLA keys, and all of a sudden you're getting them for a couple different places.
Hey, Scott Neely wants to know which came first, Elongated Man, Mr. Fantastic, or Plastic Man? Plastic.
Well, yeah, we know that.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah, Plastic Man. Then I don't know. Elongated Man came. I think he may have came right after Mr. Fantastic. Pretty close.
They was pretty close because he showed up in some early Flash. How about this one, Justice League 28, first JSA crossover?
Nice. I think I'm gonna step over here. I think I bought a couple crossovers this week. That's definitely a nice book, and that book can be pricey too. I think DC were shocked when they did that issue how popular it was, and then they started doing it every year, like on an anniversary. What do you think of that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
I was saying that DC was pretty surprised how popular that issue turned out to be. And then they started doing like an annual team up crossover.
Yeah. And they did it in the Flash too. And then they moved into Green Lantern, and then they had some of the Earth 2 characters come in, the Brave and the Bolds. I think it was like Black Canary and Starman or something like that.
Yeah, I think you know this issue. Let me find it here. I had it. Now where did it go? Oh, here it is. You probably have this.
I do. Never cared for that because I don't like the way they did the Robin and the Batman mixture on the costume.
Oh, you don't? I always thought it was cool.
I like the Robin costume that they come up with in the Bronze Age, where it was really a cool Robin costume.
In the Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, no, it was in a JSA crossover where the two Robins was teamed up. I can't remember the issue number.
There was a cool one in the Brave and Bold where Batman went like through a storm came up and he went back to Earth 2.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Death came back as ghost or something.
It was Hugo Strange. I just read that the other day.
Yeah, so did I. But that costume was cool. It was like a full body suit,
Yeah.
but it was like really bright green, orange, and yellow.
Here we're going.
Yeah, I got
this up for. I got to throw this.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, no, that's cool. I have my second appearance up on the wall. The Flash in Two Worlds. Help me! I'll help him. I'll help him.
Tell you what.
Classic Carmen Infantino.
When you was going with these Justice League crossovers, this is the start of it all.
Yep.
Ultimately led to Crisis on Infinite Earths too.
Now I have a hardcover book called the History of the DC Silver Age, and that book there probably dated close to 1 million sales on that one issue. That and at the time, Batman was really suffering, and then the TV show came out, and all of a sudden it resurrected the Batman series. They're actually thinking of canceling it.
Yeah.
In 64.
Yeah, and I think they ran that same scenario throughout the 50s into the 60s, and it just got old quick. So what you got, Mike?
I'm reading this. Paulo Costa said Murphy Anderson created Elongated Man because he didn't know DC had brought Plastic Man from Quality Comics after they went out of business.
I think he.
And then he said, but Timely's Thin Man was only appeared in one story in the Golden Age, which predated Plastic Man by 1 year, which they brought him back in the Invaders.
Right. Liberty Legion.
And then Rangers Life says, I think Carmen Infantino created Elongated Man with John Broome and Julius Schwartz. Man, these guys, they know everything, man. I'm glad to have such a well of knowledge.
Yes.
Anyways, I just picked this one up this week, a nice high-grade copy. This is the Resurrection of the Red Tornado.
Yeah,
I didn't have that.
Didn't he supposedly get killed in like Justice League 129 or something? He got.
I think I even have that in this pile somewhere. Then I picked up this one, which is this is a classic battle from Justice Society versus Secret Society of Supervillains. I didn't have that one either. Nice high-grade copy. I went to the secret store this weekend, and man, I can't go back because I picked it clean. I mean, I was just like picking the meat off the bones now. That's how bad it was. I mean, I got some good stuff, but I had to go through every single box.
They'll get more. They'll get more.
Yeah, he said he'll let me know, but he hasn't. And we were looking at a new dryer, and one of the places that we like to look at appliances is right next door.
All right, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
How about the first Space Ranger?
Nice. Predates Adam Strange in Mystery in Space. Isn't that another is it John Broome? No, Gardner Fox.
Yeah, Gardner Fox.
And is that Murphy Anderson or?
I believe it is. I mean, no, Bob Brown was the artist.
Okay. Well, we got some more knowledge coming in. We got was it Infantino Elongated Man debuted in Flash Story? Yes. Then he had his own feature. I think that was what Anderson drew. I'll have to check. I'm not as knowledgeable about Silver Age DC. And then Scott Neely made a comment on your book. He said, Power Rangers in space? And we got 11 in the chat. Nice.
12 now.
Love with YouTubers. Welcome. We got Sharon in here. We got Steve from I Love Disney and Comics. It's filling up, Lawrence.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so my turn. I'm sure you know what this is. And I think you have this.
I do have that.
Red Tornado joins the league.
Yep.
I always thought Red Tornado was so cool. And I loved his outfit. I loved the way he looked, but I loved it more when they did the striped pants on him later
Yeah,
in the early 80s.
it kind of defined him more from like a robot to an android.
And you know what I love about this? They tried so hard to develop his personality. And they do these little like 2, maybe 1 page little arcs where he goes off and contemplates his humanity and being an android, falling in love, like the real brooding stuff like Silver Surfer. And it's like they always threw in like that either half page or full page of just him like doing that, like kind of either walking off alone or talking to a female. And I always thought that was cool. They never really quite succeeded in making a real believable personality, but they really tried hard. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I kind of think you're right, and I think they was doing the same thing on Marvel with the Vision.
Yep. I think they did a better job on the Vision. I think they really succeeded in bringing personality to Vision, but they did a lot more with Vision. I mean, they had a lot of a thread of storyline that was weaved in and out of Avengers. With the Reaper and or the Grim Reaper, and then when he was resurrected by the Black Talon, and the whole Simon Williams storyline, that was some of my favorite stuff. Yeah, Scott, or Steve, that was the Red Tornado. Who came first, Red Tornado or Vision? I believe Red Tornado, but I think Vision, what I was told by Simon was that we was taken by Joe and Jack creation from the Golden Age and retooled.
Yeah, but in All-Star Comics #3, there was a Red Tornado. It was just some woman dressed in a soup pot for a mask. But and I would say that was before the Vision of the Golden Age.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
I mean, all you gotta do is read All-Star Comics 3, and without doing it in a reprint. Here, I got the first appearance of Sinestro.
Nice. We got Air Spider 23 in. Welcome, brother. Hey, Lawrence, can you bring the book a little closer? It's like a glare.
That's these My Lights. Never apologize for the glare. Who says that?
No, but I want to just see the cover. It looks so cool. Gil Kane had a real kind of different dynamic when he was doing Green Lantern, especially in the faces and the hair. The hair, he did so much detail to the curls and stuff like that. And I always loved the Green Lantern costume, the white gloves and the black and gray. Kind of just really had a dynamic look to it.
Yeah.
Sinestro always looked like the guy from the Hulk with the green head, in a way.
The leader.
He was just purple and not green.
I never really thought about that, because first time I ever seen Sinestro was like when they brought Green Lantern back in the Bronze Age, and I always compared him to a Mr. Spock.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Bob Comic says that never apologize for the glare. Yep. I think when all said and done, that's what Bubs is going to be known for. Never apologize for the glare.
Hey, Super Russ 9000 showed up here. How you doing?
Oh, nice. Okay, you know what this is. I know you have it. I think I seen you show this.
Yeah.
Recently.
I did that in your contest video, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. I knew I had seen you show it recently. This book is so cool. They're just such a colorful team, and they're all quality heroes. Man, I let a copy of National Comics slip through my hands that had him on the cover. It was $125.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know if I wanted to spend it, but it would. Now that I haven't, I know it would have been well worth it.
True.
So the first appearance of the Freedom Fighters team, first appearance of Earth X, October '73. I got this earlier this year for $5. Really high grade copy.
Hey, did you know that that Earth X they originally had a swastika for the Earth. It was Earth with a swastika on it, and they took it off and made an X because they didn't want
swastika. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Hey, Jackson Roykirk's here.
Oh, nice. Okay, if one more person says don't apologize for the glare, I'm punching this screen right here.
Oh, boy. Hey, how about...
I told you. We're going to try to be funny. Oh, wow.
First Hector Hammond.
That's a classic cover.
Hey, you know, we got 14 people in here. That's pretty amazing.
I know. And we got 14 amazing people in here. Okay, can you tell us, do you know the year on that book?
This one?
Yeah.
1961.
Nice. How old were you then?
I was about 2 years old.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, right. Hey, we got Roger in here now.
Oh, yeah. All right, what do you got, Mike?
Steve says, don't apologize for punching the screen. I want to know more about how old you were in 1961.
I wasn't even born yet, Mike.
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking? My wife wasn't even born yet. She's older than me.
I mean, I know I'm old, but wow, you're really putting me out there. You're hanging me out there hard.
So you were born in what, 66?
65.
65.
Now,
I was close.
The world knows how old I am. Ah, there you go.
First or the origin of the Superman Batman team up. July 1960, 275 Adventure Comics.
Wow.
I think I read this, but I can't even remember it.
I don't remember half of this stuff now that we're showing it.
This is one of those comics, and you'll notice this. They have this movie screen, and they're watching whatever, but there's never a camera on the other side.
Well, it's future technology, you know.
I know they just pull it out of the sky, and it automatically becomes a program.
They just float it around up there, you know, mysteriously in the future of that time.
This is the YouTube of the future on this cover.
There you go.
That may be the first appearance of YouTube.
They probably got the COPPA thing too. That's the reason why you didn't see that later on.
But look at this TV. Look at this TV. It doesn't have channels. It has years. So you just turn to the year you want to watch, and you'll automatically see whatever you decide you want to see.
Until the government got involved.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I probably shouldn't do this, but I got to since I'm on this roll. And I just picked this up the other day, so nobody's seen it yet but one person. And Roger, I'm going to lower the boom.
Boom. Numero uno. Paula Costa says, why are Superboy and young Bruce Wayne watching that on future YouTube? That video isn't approved for all ages.
Exactly.
Nice. Green Lantern #1, folks. You've seen it on Night Tiger's channel first.
You did. You will be seeing it on my channel maybe soon.
We got Werewolf by Lunchtime. Dropped in on his break. Wow, I feel privileged, dude.
Man, he just dropped in time to see this GL #1.
I know. Now, what's the villain there? Menace of the Giant Puppet.
It's kind of corny.
So I wonder if that's his first appearance.
Probably only appearance if you want to know the truth about it.
Lauren, Steve says you are picking up a lot of huge books. Yeah, he likes those Treasury editions. Air Spider 23 says Bruce will be paying that $42,000 fine. Well, he can handle it, though.
That's true. Hey, Roger, that is not a double at this time, but you never know what could happen here soon.
Well, I just don't have nothing to match the caliber of that book here.
Well, I didn't mean to lower the boom, but I figured I was in the Green Lantern mood, and you You're right. It showed on your channel first.
I got no special effects like fireworks or anything. So I don't know. I got this. I just picked this up for $2.50. Origin of the Phantom Zone.
Oh, yeah.
The Untold. I haven't even read this yet. Man, I got to read this tomorrow. I spent all day today, like I told you, getting my truck fixed because I have to fix my wife's car tomorrow. And this is off the topic of comics, but I thought I was going to have to get an alignment. So my truck was all over the road, but it was actually, it had a loose pin underneath. So they fixed it. So now I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning to drive my wife a half hour to work, drop her off, come home, fix her car. Now she can take my truck and I can sleep in. So I can read some comics in the morning.
Hey, that's a win in all situations. How about the first meeting of Superboy and Supergirl?
So does Supergirl go into the past?
I'm going to assume. I've read this, but it's only been a few months since I read it, and I really don't remember, but I think that's what happens. Or that, or some kind of imaginary thing that Dave was famous for back in the, Silver Age.
Well, I want to answer Kurt Metarog's question. He asked if it was Kurt Swan on this issue of the Phantom Zone, and yes, it is. That is a cool issue. I didn't even know about that. Do you remember getting that? Has it been a while or?
What, this?
Yeah.
I've got it. I don't know. It's been a few months now.
Oh, so you have got it recently?
Yeah, I think I showed it on the Go-To Geeks when I first got it. But
we got Nomad Mad 196 in the house.
1966.
1966. I was trying to read that and listen to you at the same time. You said you showed it on the Go-To Geeks?
I did. So it's been a few months.
Okay, so I got a question for you. I'm curious. How do you, when you have like time, you have like, say in your mind, you're like, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to sit down and read some comics like today sometime. How do you do that? What is the process? Do you have a process?
I just grab a stack, and usually I go in and sit and watch my wife watch TV while I'm reading them. If I'm out here in this room full of this stuff, I really don't read them while I'm out here. I take them into the living room to read them. That's the only process I got.
You read while she's watching TV? Yeah,
because usually she's watching stuff I don't want to watch, and she reads when I watch TV because she doesn't want to watch what I want to watch.
I asked because I can't do that. I got to have quiet.
If I
have anything going on.
Quiet, I'll never read. I sat here in this room and just stared at all the crap.
Well, my wife, she's a school teacher, so she's got work to do all the time on her tablet or grade papers, or she's on her laptop. So I tell her, come in here, do your work, sit next to me while I read comics. So she'll come in and just sit next to me.
But it's also another way that you can tune your wife out when she's growling at you, because if you're reading a comic book, you really don't hear her.
I have a hard time reading when there's like distractions around me, of noise and stuff like that.
See, I'm the opposite. I have a hard time reading when it's quiet.
Now, when you sleep, are you a fan? Do you have to have a fan on, or you have to have quiet?
No, I have to have music on all night. And I only sleep about 3 hours, so if that tells you anything. And usually I go to sleep about 9 o'clock in the evening and get up about midnight, and then lay around, and then finally I'm up and out and going and doing my thing at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is probably heading to Planet Fitness.
Right. I hear you. I get up, do the exercise, listen to some spiritual stuff, and then I go from there to do the day. Ranger Slice said Kurt Swan is one of my top 10 favorite comic book artists. For me, Kurt Swan is like something I think of that warms my heart. He's not very dynamic, but he's nostalgic. Anything that he does is like brings back my childhood to me in my memory. That's why I like to look at his art. It's like an innocence. I was talking with Silver Age bronze-haired babe. I hope I got her name right. But it was like Kurt Swan and Kutzenberger, they were like the innocents of the Silver Age, like kind of like directed towards kids and very calm and not very dynamic. And then Neil Adams comes along and he like breaks your chair. He's like having when you had sex for the first time, then it's like everything's like wow and fantastic and different. And that's how I don't know, that's how I relate it, kind of an analogy.
That's about as good as any.
I can't think of another analogy. Like
Adams busted your cherry.
Neil Adams comes along and nothing's ever the same again. It's like your innocence of DC Comics is gone forever. I mean, you read a Batman issue, early Neil Adams, and then read Superboy Curt Swan. I mean, they both have their good points, but it's just such a big extreme, such a big, what's the word I'm looking for? There's so much. I can't think of the word right now. Rangers Life said Swan was good on facial expression. Metarog says, what did Metarog say? Me too, Steve, but the fire is still white hot. Jackson White Clerk says, did I stumble into the wrong
yes, it's kid friendly is what it is.
This is for adults only.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm up next. I didn't realize how pricey this book was. Weird Western Tales, number 29, August 75, because it's the origin of Jonah Hex, and it's Michael Fleischer and Luis Dominguez on the art. This book is like a $60 book in high grade.
I didn't know that.
I guess I don't know if it's his first origin or the first retelling. I don't know.
But it's like a lot of them, it's cool cover.
Luis Dominguez, man, he is a dynamic artist. He does a lot of the Jonah Hex, and then he does some of the one of the horror titles from DC. I can't remember which one in the 70s. Maybe Ghosts.
I lost you for a second.
You lost me?
For a while, your voice, you slowed up there. All right, since we got this Curt Swan thing going on, how about the Supergirl prototype or tryout or whatever?
Well, that is very cool.
There.
Nice, beautiful. I love her hair. I wish they would have kept Supergirl's hair like that.
I don't know. I kind of like the long hair, but I've always been a fan of long hair. So my wife gets hers cut off short.
So does mine. That's Superman number, what number?
123, which it's a kind of an interesting because Jimmy Olsen gets this magic totem thing and he creates a companion for Superman. Of course, it makes Lois Lane jealous and, all that stuff that they did back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a tryout, and I guess it was so popular that then pretty soon Action Comics 259 came out.
Well, since we're doing Curt Swan,
I love that cover. I've got that one too.
No, this isn't a key just because it's he joins the army. This is a really iconic cover. This is one you see when you read books from the history of DC. They usually show this cover.
Yes, they do.
Probably has to do a lot with World War II, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, see you later, Russ.
Take care, Russ. Even though this came out in 59, was right around the Korean War.
Very cool. Very cool. Like I said, one of my favorite Superman covers. Hey, let's kick cogs up a little bit here. How about the first appearance of Abracadabra?
I don't even know who that is.
It was a Flash villain from like, I don't know, 90s, 91. 92.
92.
92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92. 92 I don't know, 30. I don't remember what century he came from.
Nice. That's from what year? 63?
That is from 1962.
In the case of the real Gone Flash. You got quite a few Silver Age Flash books?
Yes.
We said.
Being he's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I got the big one too, but I didn't bring it out for this show.
We got a couple people leaving. Thanks for joining. We got 18 in here, Lawrence.
I know. I'm really shocked this many people rolled over because I was watching Bubs there, and man, that one there was going good.
Okay, well, I don't have another Kurt Swan.
That's okay. Well, let's see what you have.
How about a Neil Adams? First appearance of Mordu. The Legion of Superheroes villain. Mordu the Merciless. Jim Shooter again on scripts. Neil Adams again on the art. June 1968, number 369. Scott Neely, here you go. Here's your Legion key.
I don't think I have that one, Mike.
Well, I'll let you look at it. Here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because I don't have a lot you got. I got to look at them. I got to drool.
Somehow I'm way out of. Oh, there we go. I got one more Kurt Swan I want to throw up there because I just found it. It is the first team up between the Joker and Luthor.
Nice. Is that a two-parter?
I don't remember. Probably.
Because I thought I seen.
It's probably like a two-part story in the same issue. It's not a continuation.
Because I thought the next issue has them on the cover. Because there's a copy on the wall at my LCS. They have the World's Finest Joker and Luthor on a cover together.
Because I don't think DC had evolved into storylines. A lot of their stuff for years was just all the self-contained stories.
I don't know, because I'm reading Jimmy Olsen and I get mad because the lead story is a two-parter. And every time we're getting into it, it goes, continue to the next issue. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Okay, we got 4-color commentary in here. Mark Allen, what's going on, buddy? I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
What can I show? I got something. You probably have this. Showcase number 56.
Yep.
First Silver Age Psycho Pirate. And this is June 65. I bought this in Alabama, Northern Alabama, for $5 a couple of years ago.
I would have given $5 for it, and I think I probably give that for it when I got mine.
And I bought this like 3-4 years ago. I haven't even read it yet. You do that? You buy books like that, and like years before you read them?
Absolutely. All right, let's roll with something a little different here. How about the first Teen Titans?
Nice. I remember you showing that one last year.
Yeah, I got this at a flea market. Got a smoking deal on
it. Roger said to me, "You want to double your money?"
Well, he knows my pricing style. It's just like everybody else's in the YouTube comic community.
That's a cool one. I love it. You don't see that too often.
No. And when you do, it's hard to tell.
Go ahead.
Oh, Roger, Wonder Girl wasn't in the first appearance. I think she showed up in their showcase appearance.
Unless Wonder Woman Volume 2, if you mean that Wonder Girl. I don't know if you've ever seen that issue that Byrne does. That she looks so ugly. Oh my goodness.
All right, where are you at, Mike?
Let's keep it with the Silver Age.
Another good one.
This is the first death story of Ma and Pa Kent. Otto Binder on the scripts and Wayne Boring on the art, but the art isn't boring. The last days of Ma and Pa Kent. You ever grow up watching Ma and Pa Kettle?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's an iconic cover. That's another one you see a lot of times when they're showing the history of DC Comics in the hardcover books.
Are you collecting data on me while we're doing this?
Am I? No, I'm not clicking data.
Okay. Here, how about the first appearance of the Sea Devils?
Nice. I love that series. I have a few issues. I've been reading them recently. They are really good. The art is so good. The storytelling is so good.
You know, it lasted for a little bit there during the Silver Age, but it just never made it much farther. I don't know if they brought it back in the 90s or anything or not. I think they was trying to find anything that would stick to the wall, but I don't know if they ever brought these back. I'd be interested if anybody knows to, shoot that out there.
Well, look at the cover, though. The cover looks so good. The art is just fantastically detailed.
I think it's kind of is it kind of like maybe a gray tone cover?
Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. And even all the, I don't know if the whole run is, but I know the ones I've been reading are gray tone covers. They look so good.
The war books from that time period is really awesome.
I don't know. It's like the Westerns, the Sea Devil, and the war books were all like done like high caliber. And then all the other stuff was kind of, they didn't put a whole lot of detail in it, a whole lot of thought and characterization into the stories and stuff like that. Speaking of war books, I guess I'll show this one. Have you seen this?
Yep.
First cover appearance and first appearance of the Unknown Soldier. So, Star Spangled War Stories, number 151, July 1970.
All the time that I looked at that, Mike, because I've seen that before because it's in one of these boxes over here. I never really put it on that was the first Unknown Soldier. It really didn't, because I never read it.
I haven't read it either.
I bought it and put it up and never thought no more about it.
And then I haven't read this either. It's amazing how many books I have not read.
While you're doing that, I got something here. If I didn't hide it from myself. Whoa, that's cool.
I figured I'd hold the audience captive while you.
Well, you had this war book thing going on. How about this right here?
Nice. Yep. I think I have that too. That's cool. I love Enemy Ace. I love seeing the title Enemy Ace on the book. It just looks cool. I think it's a cool name.
It is. But, all right. So where are we at?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I threw that up, but I'll go ahead. How about the first Silver Age Spectre?
Nice. Yeah, I regret selling my copy. I know Steve just got one from I Love Disney.
Roger, that is the Kubrick cover on that Enemy Ace.
Spectre's always been one of my favorite characters. I don't think until Adventure Comics that they actually really did them right, though.
No, those Adventure Comics was pretty cool.
But the Fun Comics, when he appeared early in the Golden Age, were pretty cool too. But that series there was okay, but it was, I don't know, it was just, they didn't really think, I don't think they really knew what to do with him. I thought he was always so cool. Him and the Phantom Stranger were always my favorite.
Yeah, but they're like all powerful characters, so what can you really do with them?
And the thing, well, for the Phantom Stranger, he knows that. He tries to like stay out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mark, we'll see you later from Four Color Commentary. He's got to go.
So where are you at now, Mike?
I'm going to show this. This is just what was an annual reprint.
Yeah,
They did one for 4 years in a row, reprinting the whole series, starting with House of Secrets '92. So this is the first issue in 1977, and then I think they did '78, and then they evolved to the dollar book line in 1979 and 1980. Of course, the Wrightson cover right there. So it's cool. You have this big, like, thick book that has, I think, 3 issues in it of, I was going to say Man-Thing, Swamp Thing. No Man-Thing comments this video, guys. Sorry.
of course, yeah, the Man-Thing now would be kind of a cool thing to keep from being got down by the police. How about the first Silver Age?
Hold on a sec. Roger says, "Is this a DC special?" No, Roger, it's not. It's just called the Swamp Thing Saga. Sorry. Okay, Lawrence, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I got the first Silver Age Scarecrow.
Oh no, and I sold mine. I didn't know what that was when I sold it. I just thought it was another appearance of the Scarecrow. That's a nice book. Nice Carmen Infantino.
Yes.
Scarecrow was always a cool kind of character. Not really. I don't think he really used too much.
No, for a long. Well, he hadn't been seen this Golden Age. I don't think he made too many appearances in the Golden Age either.
They did use was it Gotham? No, I don't remember. I don't want to try to think of something and be wrong.
Well, I know I'm probably going to get everything wrong, but it's all good. So what you got, Mike?
I'm just reading the comments here. It says, "How about my giant-sized Swamp Thing?" Jackson Roy Kirk. And Metarog says he has a similar issue that is a DC special. That may be the next issue. There's 4 of those, Roger. I think the next one is a special, and then the next 2 are the dollar book line. But they just keep reprinting the whole series on Swamp Thing. So I guess since I'm showing Swamp Thing, let me show another Swamp Thing key. I just got this, I don't remember, early this year, late last year. I got all those keys out of this run. First unofficial team of the Justice League Dark. Death of Giovanni, Zatara, and Sargon the Sorcerer. I don't know what that means. I have not read it. This is from July 1986. I believe it's Alan Moore on the scripts, though. I don't know who does the art. Bissett. Yeah, Alan Moore on scripts. I have a ton of the Swamp Thing from volume 2, and I have not. I read like 1 issue in the last year. I just pick out a pile of books and I read them. I don't have any like rhyme or reason to what I read.
I'm with you there. Do you want to roll into the Bronze Age a little bit?
Sure. We got Pope Cerebus the First in the chats. How's it going, brother?
Well, I'm going to lower a boom again here.
Hey, do it.
This is just for Roger. Well, actually, I'm not going to. Yeah, I am. Here's a boom. First man back.
Nice. Now you hold the audience because Pope Cerebus mentioned a key, and I can't pull it out because I haven't read it, so I won't know where it is. But he wanted to see first Hellblazer. First Man Bat, very cool.
Hellblazer.
Neil.
First Hellblazer. Help me out here. Is that John?
Not first Hellblazer, but Hellblazer #1.
Oh.
I have that. I don't know the first appearance of Hellblazer. Would be Constantine. I guess it would. I don't know if it would be in the Justice League Dark appearance. I don't know. That's the Neil Adams cover, of course. Love those Batman and Batgirl giant size.
Are you going to hold the screen for a minute?
Sure. So what am I showing again? I know a lot of people out there, Swamp Thing fanatics. Steve, first Constantine is in Swamp Thing. This is June '86. Another unofficial cameo teen appearance of Justice League Dark. You got Swamp Thing, Hellblazer, Deadman, Phantom Stranger, Dr. Occult, Etrigan, the Demon, Zatanna, the Spectre, Sarrigan, and Dr. Fate. June '86, number 49. Alan Moore on the scripts again.
Okay.
DC Sampler. Hold on, let me show one more before I give it to you. I'm going to show this since it's a companion book. Number 1985 annual, number 2, Swamp Thing, first appearance of Justice League Dark. Alan Moore on scripts again.
Cool.
And then Metarog said DC Sampler is first Constantine. All right, so we got Lawrence. He's back. What's he got? Let's see what he's got.
Boom.
Oh, the biggest book of the night. What a beautiful looking girl.
It could be the biggest book of the night.
Depending on what you want to show after that.
You know, I figured if he was on the Swamp Thing, I figured I'd have to roll to this.
There you go.
I just couldn't help it.
No, but that's the reprint, guys. It's not the real thing.
Actually, I do have the reprint.
So how much do you pay for that? $1?
What, this one?
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
50 cents?
No, you don't want to know.
Do you? I don't.
No.
Now, how many copies of that do you have?
Well, I tell you what, if I told what I paid for this, there'd be at least 17 people here mad.
Well, I wouldn't be one of them. There's not even 17 people here.
Well, it says so on my chat thing.
Oh, okay. Now mine says 17. It said 15 a minute ago. Louise Jones, now Simonson posed for that. That's probably her best work at DC then, because her writing is really not that good.
Wow.
Metarog says double ?
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, could be doubles. I'm not a big double collector like Silver Age Dave, though.
Steve, we're trying to keep this an adult adult. I'm sorry, family oriented. He said, "Did you buy that off the rack?"
No, I bought that in a town that he frequents once in a while.
Uh-oh, you better get on it, Steve.
But I bought this about 3 years ago.
Metarog says, "Never doubt the queen. Never doubt the queen."
Not the queen. Wait,
The king. I'm sorry, the king.
we're going this direction, are we?
Never doubt the king. So what am I, like the pauper here? Anyways.
Nice rack. No.
Good book.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to top it.
Top it.
Neil Adams, Jim Shooter, first appearance of Legion member.
What is it the first appearance of? Help me out here.
Well, it has King in it. Since you said never doubt the king, we got to put a king. The Chemical King.
Oh, Chemical King, yeah. You're on that Neil Adams kick. I like that. That's a nice cover.
August 1968.
Wow.
Sunboy, Timberwolf. Who's that right there?
Ain't that Duo Damsel?
Yeah. And then who's that right there?
Ain't that like Light Lass or something like that?
I don't know.
Kind of looks like it.
You probably know more than me. I don't know my Legion that well.
Roger's the real expert. You got the Neil Adams thing going on. I'm lowering the boom when you bring me back.
No. You sucker. Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Classic homage. Jerry Robinson. Shrinking Violet, Projecta. Everybody's
doing the same thing I am. They're just kind of throwing it out there.
That's a beautiful book. Turn it a bit.
Turn it.
There you go. Perfect right there. Love the way that cape looks on him. It just looks so cool.
Now, if I could get to Detective 31, I would be happy.
Oh, which is that? The first Joker?
No, that's the cover that this was.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I guess we're going Batman.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh, now you really killed me there.
1946. Death of the Catwoman, a new costume, and as the origin of the dinosaur from the Batcave.
Which is kind of interesting. I do remember a little bit about it.
And yeah, so you need the companion book, which is the origin of the Big Penny.
Which
Not a very dynamic cover, but cool. The stories inside here are really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I always liked that old Batman stuff anyway. So
Dick Grayson, author. I mean, this is more important than the Death of Catwoman and the dinosaur origin. Dick Grayson's an author. It's like maybe he was pretty dumb, and now he's like, okay, he's actually accomplished something. He's like, no, Batman, you have to use the other fist because I wrote it that way. So you got to change the way you're punching the guy.
I'm going to stick with Neil Adams and throw that one out there.
Okay, you do that. Very cool. Tell us about it. Tell us what the key is.
It's the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil, I think, brought in the Green Arrow. And they updated him, made him lose his fortune. He become a, I guess I want to call it a champion of the people.
Nice.
Really cool. And when they switched Green Arrow to this, that's when I really liked Green Arrow.
That Brave and the Bold title actually has a lot of great issues.
You realize I have 3 copies of this, Mike?
Well, you know, you could have 2 and someone else could have 1.
Well, I'm thinking about that. You might have to give me your address again.
But yeah, they asked if Dick Spring did this Batman cover. I believe that he did.
I believe he did.
Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I know I want to show this one, but this cover is not as dynamic of This Is the Key, though. If anyone in the chat can guess what this key is, let's interact with the chatters. Anybody know what the first appearance is in this book? I don't see any answers yet.
I don't see any answers either. So enlighten us.
Well, it's the first appearance. Let's say it's the second cameo of Jason Todd, and his name is first mentioned in that issue.
Oh, Metarog said first Plaid Man.
What's that?
Metarog said first Plaid Man.
Your comments may be generating faster than mine. Okay, well, it's the first appearance of Killer Croc. This is his 3rd appearance and first full appearance of Jason Todd.
Oh,
Killer Croc was a very cool, I think, villain to come out of the late Bronze Age. I mean, because, you know, most of the Golden Age, early Silver Age, they were turning out these new rogue villains. They weren't coming up with too many new ones at the end of the Bronze Age. Okay, people, stop talking about the Croc.
Well, here it is. This is the first cameo of Croc, and it's also first I don't know if it's a cameo or what of Jason Todd.
Nice. So that was Detective. That's Batman. I wonder if those what date is that book?
It's March 1983.
And this one is April 83, and this one is March 83. Okay, so it's all part of the same storyline.
Yes.
A funny thing, I was doing these keys yesterday using the key collector app and writing them down on the back of the board and then looking at the app and then writing them down. And then I'm looking at the front and I'm like, the front is 1 month different than what the app is saying. So I was getting mad. I had to correct all these backing boards. So I sent a quick email to Nick from Key Collector app to let him know. He's like, "Oh yeah, we have a glitch in our system. All the books are 1 month off on the detail publishing months." I'm like, "Okay." I'm glad he caught it though. That was a joke answer. Oh, Steve from I Love Disney says that he likes my croc.
That's a croc.
Did you see my entry today, Mike? No, Metarog. Actually, Lawrence was telling me about it when we were chatting before the show, and I had to check it out. Roger, I had a really, really rough day today. So when I got home, I just wanted to veg out and shoot and kill on Xbox. So that's what I did when I got home. I quickly turned on the Xbox and just vegged out. And then Lawrence messaged me. He goes, "I didn't see you have a promo up for the show tonight." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Steve says, "I thought they were always released like 2 or 3 months before the date on the book or vice versa." Yeah, that's true, but you go by the date on the book, even though they were released 3 months earlier. Now, Lawrence, do you know why they did that? Why did they release the books on the 3 months earlier than the date that was on the book?
I know, but you might as well tell me because I'm not going to come up with it real quick.
I don't know if I'm going to be right. I'm trying to remember, but I believe it's so that the books could be on the stand longer.
I think you're right.
Because, at the time, it was all newsstand stuff. So if you put a book on there, you published a comic, and you put it out in April, and it said April, then when the next month rolled around, people are going to look for the following issue. They're going to kind of ignore the old one. They're looking for the new issue. So if you put the book out and it says April and it's only February, then that book can be on the stand for quite a while. I think I have a couple more Legion keys. So I think I showed you this one yesterday. Triplicate Girl is renamed the Duo Damsel. I guess one of her triplets get killed for some reason?
Disintegrated or something.
What is that?
It gets disintegrated.
Oh, okay. I think I read this a while back. February 66. That kind of sounds like an interesting story. I think I want to go back and read that. I wonder how you would handle that if you could split yourself into 3 and then a third of you gets like killed.
Well, what I'm wondering is how did her boyfriend handle it?
Okay, it's a family-friendly channel.
How about the first dead shot?
That was a dead shot punchline.
I know it was.
Oh, that was good. That is a cool book. Oh man, who does that cover? Is it Dick Giordano?
It is Marshall Rogers.
Oh, nice. Very cool cover.
He had a good detective run. I mean, all his covers was good. It was some of my favorite is from that time. Of course, now I've misplaced them. Oh no, I didn't. Like this one here too.
Yeah, I have that one on the wall. That was a terrible issue. I think that was Joe Staton art. I thought the art was terrible in that book. I think that's the one. Maybe thinking of this book here. Anyways, I didn't like that title, the title they had there because it takes up so much space. The one on that book with the cape around it. anytime they used it, it took up away from the pictures of the book.
See you later, Novamad 1966. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. You're getting the chat like 3 or 4 seconds before I get it. Have a good night, brother.
What you got for us, Mike?
So this is the book I'm thinking of. Let me take off this title. Cool cover.
Oh yeah, the death of Bruce Wayne from Earth 2.
Yeah, but the art in here is just so bad. And Roger, I apologize. I know it's your favorite artist from E-Man, but he says don't diss Stanton. Roger, did you see the AOK that I put up on Instagram today? Because it was a bunch of your favorite books I got from Rangersly. The Doomsday series by John Byrne. He gave me the Charlton. Is it the Charlton one? He gave me the Charlton reprint. I forget from what publisher, and then he gave me the ones from IDW too, the whole runs. First Power Girl.
Yep, had to go back to Earth 2 again.
My LCS had that book for 20, but it was like sun faded.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to buy it.
Well, there's somebody in the chat that got one of these recently that had like a date across the top of it. He got a really smoking deal on it.
They bought it or they got it from somebody?
They got it from some jerk on YouTube.
Oh, you mean Roger?
Yeah. I sent him one there a while back.
Didn't you send him First Commandy with it? No, it was First Orchid.
And I don't remember if I sent the First Commandy or not.
Because when I seen him show that First Orchid, I wanted to strangle you.
Well, you didn't say you needed it, or else,
I used to have it, and I got rid of it. And it wasn't a nothing book for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people wanted the book, and the price went up on it.
Wait, take me back. You're talking about this, right?
Yeah. Very cool cover, too. Love that her title of her name up there. A very unique character, too. I read that as a kid, and I thought it was I loved it.
All right, what you got, Mike?
He says Power Girl had a great outfit. Yeah, as long as what did you say? Something about her rack earlier?
Well, it got well endowed as time went on.
What do I have? I don't know. I might have something here.
Oh yeah.
Now, I did trade one of these away recently with a certain fantastic lady. I happened to be in my LCS, and they had this book laying on top of the long box for $15 in a high grade. I was like, what's wrong with this scenario? Because this book is like a $60 book or more.
I think it's fell out of favor over the last few years.
From what I can see online, it still goes for quite a bit. Because I looked it up. I did some research before I paid it. Because I was like, this is something. I looked the book over. I didn't find nothing wrong with it. I thought for $15, I can't just leave it lay there. There's no way.
No.
So we did a really good trade. I don't even remember what I got. I think I got the first Spidey Stories #1 plus a bunch of other books that she sent with it.
Hey, like this.
Yeah. It's amazing how that. I think that character, was it because of the animated series or the animated movie or something?
Possibly. Okay, here's what I got next.
What is that?
First, Bronze Age Black Adam.
Okay. Do you see the pictures of The Rock online?
No, I haven't.
He's going to play him in the movie.
Well, they talked that years ago. Of course, this book, it's always been speculation that he's going to bring back Black Adam to the movies. So I'll wait for that because it's probably my favorite Shazam villain.
Nice. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Hobbs and Shaw, really good. Me and my wife watched it this weekend. That was a really good movie. I liked it better than any of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Roger. It has been multiple Monday all day long for me, and I'm the guy that doesn't really buy doubles.
Let me see what I got here. Why not? Roger,
Oh yeah.
you might like this. The Human Bomb, Black Condor, Ray, Uncle Sam, Phantom Lady, Doll Man. Did I forget anybody?
No, I think you got them all. Who's the actors?
Michael Anthony Hall, Judd Nelson, Emilia Estevez, Ali Seedy, and oh man, what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Molly Ringwald. The Freedom is it? No, I'm doing the wrong one.
Hey, at least they ain't going to the Planet of the Apes on there.
Oh, that's right. You did Freedom Fighters. What am I thinking? Nice upgrade. Tough to get because it's all black. Okay. Yeah. Before you show, let me show this. I got this in a prize contest today from Life with Two YouTubers. This is the New York Comic Con Chrome cover Dark Knight Returns, #1. So pretty cool, man. I was so happy to win this. I didn't even know that was going to be in there. I think she showed it. I forgot about it. You got to choose what comic you wanted.
First Frost.
What do you got?
First Killer Frost. And it's multiple Monday again, Roger.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cool.
Yeah, see, we're on that. And you even got the multiple man in there as the villain.
There you go. I only pulled that out because you got that one out.
All right. Well, I guess. Hey, here's one that was.
That's another one I sold. Man, that's amazing how much that book goes for.
Oh, I know. It's. I picked up one at the flea market last year for my wife, and I got it dirt cheap, and it's really high grade.
I was going to say that book there looks really nice from where I'm looking, sitting. I'm Curious Black.
So in this household, we do have 2 of them, but I should have brought it out just to give Roger double vision again. What you got, Mike?
Sticking with the theme.
There you go.
This is kind of a tough run to get, even though it's 5 issues or 6? I don't remember. The last 2 issues are so hard to get, and I just found them one day, both together in high grade for $1 here in town. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
About the first solo Power Girl.
Busting through. That's when she's wearing her more higher collar costume there.
Yeah, and things is looking a little better on the front view there.
That's a cool one. That's one you see in the ads in the DC books.
Yep. That's when things started to bust out.
No pun intended.
Exactly. What do you got, Mike?
Oh, I got something. Batman Year One, Part 1, Origin of Bruce Wayne, first appearance of Holly Robinson, Frank Miller on the scripts and does the cover also. February 87. It's amazing how much this book is worth now.
I have it, but I don't even know if I've ever really read it.
I think I read it like 15 years ago. Scott Neely says he has the first issue before the showcase with the new Doom Patrol. That's what I didn't pull out was the new Doom Patrol.
You did pull it out?
No, I didn't. I didn't get down to the S's because with the arm, I can't be pulling out boxes.
I didn't pull it out either. How about the Joker here? I don't know if you would consider that a key, but I just like the cover.
I think it is. What number is it?
Number 1.
They're all keys then. All number 1s are keys. Very cool cover. Very cool series too. How many issues did that run? Like 5?
9.
9?
And I do have all 9 of them. I finally they're kind of hard to come by. I mean, you can find a couple here and there, but pick them all up. It took me a while to find them.
I think I bought all the ones I have off my comic shop in one shot. I even bought multiple issues. Steve says hard to find around unless they're in low grade.
Yes, Steve.
I like the title, and I always like to see that Joker in the purple on the cover. Just really, big and dynamic.
Yep.
And Medrog says, yep, getting pricey too. Jackson Roy Kirk says, man, I had a few Jokers in the 70s, but got rid of them cheap in the 80s.
Yeah, and now he's kicking himself for it. So what's up, Mike?
Well, we're coming down to the pike, so we'll probably want to show like 3 more books each. That's hard to choose out of here. And I'm going to show this next. It's only a key because Carmen Infantino does the cover. It's a Silver Age Penguin cover.
Nice.
Batman, March 1987, 190. Garner Fox on the scripts. Pick this up at an antique store for $20.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. Like the cover.
Nice. First Deathstroke. That book is like $200 book. I'm trying to get me a copy, but I just don't want to pay the price.
And Roger, I think that is the first DC solo villain. The Joker was.
Did that come out? That came out before the supervillain team up book.
I believe it did. Maybe not supervillain. Well, no, they all come out about the same time. Even the Secret Society of Supervillains.
That's what I mean. The Secret Society.
But
here I go.
All right.
Sticking with Batman.
Oh yeah.
Batman Family #1. These don't go for a whole lot. You can still find these relatively cheap. I have almost the whole run. They had a volume 2 too, which even wasn't quite as good. Back in the late 90s, I think. But I find these still in high grade for like $5 a piece or less. All right, so 200.
Yep, the first Neil Adams work on the Batman title.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Cool.
And it's a pretty high grade book. I mean, usually when I find them, they're just ratted to pieces, but this one here is pretty good.
Well, that's good because I've never found one.
In the last year, I've probably come across 3.
I let that giant-sized silver anniversary one slip through my hands. Was at a flea market, and the guy wanted 20, and I was like, I thought it was a little bit too high because it had some water staining. Then as I was contemplating later, I'm like, man, I should have bought that. And when I went back, he was gone, or the book was gone. He was still there. So someone got it for $20. But that's a pretty tough book to get. There's the Superman and the Batman Silver Anniversary one. Okay, I'm going to show my last book, and then you can show your last one. So, Master Universe, #1 out of the limited series.
I never thought to pull that out. I got that. That's. Do you have the DC Comics? I think it showed up in originally.
No, I have a few of the previews issues. There's a couple of them, like 3 or 4, but I don't think I have the first actual appearance in DC Presents.
Well, I'm going to end this up since we started and got into the Wrightson and all that stuff. I'm going to end it with it.
Nice. Have you read that?
No, I've flipped through it, but it's so nice that I'm afraid to take it out. I hate to say that, but this book is so hard to find in a higher grade.
But I don't think you'll hurt it.
It probably won't.
Well, all right. I think, boy, time went by so quick, you know?
Wow.
It's been an hour and a half already.
I know. That's well, I guess it always goes by when you're just having a good time, I guess.
And I didn't yawn one time. That's how good a time I was having.
I yawned a couple and I caught myself, but I did most of mine when you switched me off the switched over to you. I snuck them in.
We got DS. DS Comics is in here. Welcome, brother. But Lawrence, great to have you as always, you know, and I was talking with Lawrence. We're probably doing a show next week. We have a few people. We want to get about 6 people and just get a really chaotic discussion of tripping down memory lane of the childhood, TV shows, cartoons, sugared cereal, candy bars, comic books, and our first kiss by a girl. So talking just a bunch of, you know, childhood.
We ain't going past that first kiss, are we?
Well, stay there. That's what we'll go up to the. We'll stay around the 12 years old and younger stages.
Wait a minute. This is supposed to be an adult channel. We could probably just do whatever we wanted.
Yeah, probably. No. But anyways, great to have you. Thanks for joining me tonight. It was really fun. And I just want to say, man, thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. We had a lot of great reactions and talking and reacting with you guys there in the chats. And I hope anybody that watches this later really enjoys seeing all these keys that we had, especially those big baboon ones that Lawrence showed us.
I could go even farther, bigger baboons, yeah, but I'm not going to.
Maybe we'll save that for another show.
There you go. There you go. But
all right, guys, be good. Read a comic, like Bub says. Don't apologize for the glare. And happy hunting.
And to hell with the F or the COPPA thing. YouTube.
All right. Everybody have a good night.